Hey guys, it's Matt Cook and welcome to another mega exciting VSL walkthrough. Today we're looking at a VSL that I've just finished and tested, which is performing well. It's for a product called the Collection of Confidence. It's by a bit of a celebrity in the dating niche. His name is Hypnotica. So that guy's been around a long time. You know, he was around before David D'Angelo, before Neil Strauss. So he's got a bit of a rep, which I play on a bit. So we're going to go through the whole VSL and look at all the techniques I'm using, and a lot of the techniques are pretty fresh. So over the past, 3 months or something, every single week I've been looking at like 3 VSLs and digesting all the techniques out of them and just bringing them all together. The last VSL that I wrote was good. This one's good too. So it seems like there's a formula going on here. There's stuff working. There's techniques that are like proven and working. So if you use some of these techniques and you just insert them right into your VSL, they're going to work. So you're going to get a lot out of watching the whole hour. If you can't, at least watch the section on the lead, because that's the most important part. And after that, it's a bit it's structural, like typical, but you'll still get a lot out of the whole thing, I guarantee it. So let's dive in, let's go for it. Okay, starts off with, hi, my name is Eric von Sydow. So it doesn't say Hypnotica, because I don't want to open with the word Hypnotica, because I'm worried throughout this whole VSL that if I say hypno, it sounds like this product is hypnosis, which it is, but I don't want to say that at least before they're pretty bought in. Right, because I don't want guys to be like, it's hypnosis, and it's like a trigger word, right? Oh, hypnosis, yeah, I know what that is. I don't want that. So I'm just going with Eric von Sydow at first, right? His real name. So the style of this lead and the style of this whole sales letter is a secret lead, right? So basically, in a secret lead, you start with it's just a secret, right? And then it kind of like progressively reveals a little bit more, like gives hints at until it finally reveals exactly what's going on. I chose a secret lead because if I went with directly, if I revealed the mechanism straight away, it'd kind of be like, that doesn't sound interesting or not believable that would work, right? So I think I want to stack the benefit up front and getting them like engaged and build belief in different ways before I kind of reveal the mechanism, okay? So in this video, I'm going to reveal a little secret, okay? That's going to get any woman you want to make every move on you, okay? So that's kind of like the major promise of the video sales letter, that it's going to get women to make every move on you. Because what we figured out was that a lot of the guys that buy products like this, they're not huge action takers, right? They want to be passive. And I thought, well, why not make that the whole promise? That all the burden's going to be off you, right? That you can actually make women do stuff, and you can, right? You'll find out, like, I don't believe that the way in life for a man is to be completely passive, but I do believe that there's things that you can do that will make women make moves on you, etc., and you'll see how, right? So you've also noticed, like, the picture I just front-loaded this is, like, very sexy, right? Because I want guys, when they read this, when they watch this, to be, like, emotionally turned on. Well, emotional, right? You want them to buy an emotion. And, a pretty good emotion is like horny, right? So it's just boom, straight away, one of the best pictures I've ever seen. So boom, hit with it, right? Okay, so specifically, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that's going to get any woman, from her walking up to you, saying hi, I had to meet you, to dragging you into bed, stripping off her clothes, images, and riding you all night long, right? So more on the promise. She's going to be doing everything. So what does that mean for you? So you can just lean back and relax while she enjoys the thrill of chasing around your pants. Okay? So after you learn the secret, you'll finally... Okay, so this is where it gets kind of cool as well. Because, what I do now is I list the 3 major kind of benefits, and I paint the image of them that I know that the guys want, right? So you'll have that woman who sees you as a friend, stroking your arm, leaning in to kiss you, taking you by the hand, and dragging you somewhere private to have her way with you. And believe it or not, I've looked at the engagement, like the graph of like how many people are watching, and right between this slide and this slide, it kind of like takes a turn. So it's like the drop-off rate stops and more people are like, whoa, I gotta listen to this, I gotta listen, right? So when you say these kind of benefits in this image way, that hooks people. Like, oh, that's interesting. That's something I want. That image is appealing to me. So check out this one. It's another one. Or you'll have that cute cashier at your favorite cafe flirting with you as she takes your order and discreetly writes her number in a big heart on your coffee cup. Right? Very specific image-based outcome that is kind of like, the average of what they're looking for. Or here's the third one. Or when you're at a bar, you'll have a beautiful woman working right up to you out of nowhere, flirting with you, making out with you, and begging to leave with you right then and there. Okay, so there's the promise. So the first thing I want to deal with, there's a couple of things I want to deal with. I want to deal with skepticism, and I want to deal with, but I hope I don't have to do this as well, right? So what are the withouts, without using pickup artist tactics? I think that's really the main one, like getting pickup artist tactics and rejection are like the two things they mainly want to avoid. Designed to entertain 19-year-olds, play down, which you and I both know are a sham, you and I, and don't work. And you'll never have to worry about chasing a woman. That's another thing that I think guys don't like. Like, guys are always, doing the work, like always doing the work. Like, why can't women approach me and chase me, like for a goddamn change? Like, that would be the kind of attitude, trying to get her to like you with your tongue hanging out while she ignores your texts and kind gestures. And you'll never have to worry. So instead of saying rejection, I'm being specific. You'll never have to worry about women laughing at you, turning away while you're talking to, or otherwise rejecting you. Okay, so plus this will work no matter. This is another one. This is also no matter without. It doesn't matter if, and you'll never again have to. Those kind of things. Plus this will work no matter how shy and nervous you feel around girls, which I think is pretty powerful. Like, it's a pretty strong objection. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm a bit of a nervous guy. I've trouble just interacting with girls. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. No matter how many times you've tried and failed. So this is a cool line. So here's the key to the whole thing. It's like, oh, okay, so, all right. So, I made it all secret up front. But now I say this line, so here's the key to the whole thing. And they're like, oh, okay, so he's not just holding everything back and making it all this secret. He's actually teaching me something. And this line makes them aware of that. So, here, I'm revealing something to you right now. Have you ever noticed how girls always chase certain guys? So what I'm doing here is kind of called the premise. It's like a foundation of belief. Like, you know this situation, right? Like, this thing, you already exists. That's a premise. Like, okay, so if we take this, we can infer from this premise, a solution, a way for you to succeed. Okay, so here it is. Have you ever noticed how girls always chase after certain guys? Like, maybe you remember a girl in college chasing after some jerk who seemed to treat her like crap, and the more he pushed her away, the harder she chased, right? Easily relatable. Or maybe you've seen some player at a bar just standing there doing nothing while a beautiful woman throws herself all over him, right? And then moments later, she walks out the door with him. It's like, yeah, what is with that? Like, there's some guys out there, and like, women just go for them. Like, what is that? What is that? That's what I'm trying to make them think, right? And all these guys, they don't even seem to try. So what's their secret? What are they doing differently? The implication from this premise is that if you could do what they're doing, find out what the thing they're doing differently is, and then do that, obviously you're going to get the same results, right? I used to ask myself the same question, so I spent years searching for how to recreate the same effect, right? No, I just want to show that like lots of work has gone into this. It's building value into the solution. Years working for how to recreate the same effect these guys have on girls, totally automatically. And I finally found the one secret thing these guys do differently. Okay, so it turns out that 95% of guys have one simple thing. Just one. I don't want to make it sound hard, like, these guys are doing something differently, but I don't want to put like all this burden on the viewers, like, oh, what do I have to learn? Like 5 years of pickup, or like reinvent myself or something? It's like, no, it's one simple thing sabotaging their success with women. And I believe this. But the other 5% all share an astonishing secret, which lets them have any woman they desire. Bad boys and rock stars use it. Hugh Hefner uses it. George Clooney uses it. Even Charlie Sheen uses it. So what I'm doing here is borrowing credibility. In two ways, actually. I'm borrowing credibility in terms of social proof. I'm like saying, these guys use it, these guys use it, these guys use it. And you know that these guys get results. So you're like, oh, okay. And the other way I'm building credibility, I guess this there's two ways I'm building credibility. I borrowed credibility in that way. I'm building credibility in two ways. This is the second way I'm building credibility, is I'm indicating that it is a real thing, right? By identifying people who use it, it's like, it's believable that this is a real thing and not just some bullshit, right? So it's kind of like revealing a bit more about the mechanism, right? Remember in the secret lead, you just kind of like gradually give away more and more and more. And I got this from a book called 6 Great Leads, which is, in the lead where they're talking about the secret lead, and they're talking about these chafy royalties, right? Like, what are the chafy royalties? Have you heard of them? And he's like, Paul McCartney uses it. I think Michael Jackson uses it. And, it just turns out that they're like dividends or something like that. Like, you buy stocks and you get dividends. But, it's the secret of the chafy royalties, and they give it credibility by saying these people use it. So I borrowed that technique. It's fantastic. Okay, now here's some more credibility. And when you know what it is, see, because you want to make your idea seem like it's a real thing. Okay, that's what we're driving at here. And when you know what it is, you'll look these guys up on YouTube and watch them using it in real time, even though it's completely invisible to the untrained eye. Okay? So there you go. It's like, when you make a claim that, okay, look, you'll be able to verify this. It's like, oh, okay, so sure. Okay, fair enough. It's like saying, look, you can look it up on Wikipedia if you don't believe me. And the person will be like, oh, okay, I guess if you're challenging me to that, fine. And you too can use this secret to effortlessly sleep with beautiful women. Okay. Okay, so here's what's something interesting. Who you may have thought were once out of your league. So I like that phrase. Women who you once thought were out of your league. Okay? See, I could have said 9s and 10s. I could have said strippers, models, and dancers, but I chose to say this because I don't think most guys feel entitled to sleeping with hot women, basically. Like any hot women. But like most guys who have average success with women don't feel entitled to sleeping with hot women. So why would I want to say that? Why would I want to promise like that you're going to sleep with like X, Y, and Z beautiful, amazing cheerleader celebrities, right? I don't think it's believable, and I think they'd feel kind of like shame and doubt if I said that. So the women who you once thought were out of your league, then that's beautiful. Like it's just exactly what they want. It could just be little Samantha from the coffee shop, who he thinks is out of his league. So it covers everything. Now I know this sounds supernatural. Like what I had before that was now I know this sounds like a big claim, or I know this is hard to believe, but like I don't want to do that because I'm building like a magical world, right? So rather than use like a negative, just frame it in positive. I know this sounds supernatural. Don't say I know this is hard to believe, or you may think I'm lying. That negative. So I know this sounds supernatural, and you'd love to be able to do it if it was true. Well, it is true. So let me show you what my real student David had to say. So I've really gone proofy in this. I've done my best to make it proofy because there's so many VSLs out there, especially for men's dating advice, that are not by real people who are out there doing this in the field, and might not even have like students who are implementing. So I wanted to assure people that this is totally real. This is by a successful person who has students and is actively helping people right now. He exists. He's real. Everything like that. Look, I'm not going to show you the testimonial because I don't want to put... It's a video, right? It's a video like the guy's holding his iPhone up to his face. How I got that was I just emailed the list and said, hey, like, can anyone give a testimonial for this product? And people replied in with videos. It was amazing. So basically the guy is like, I approached a woman at the beach. She wanted me to sit down with her. We ended up talking for hours. It was amazing. She invited me back to her place and we had sex, right? And it just goes, and we had sex and boom, cut. So that's a fantastic testimonial. Thanks, David, and congratulations. Now, in addition to, okay, so right now, I would actually say this is a bit like, because I've looked at the engagement curve and it kind of went down, right? So in addition to more real testimonials like this, I'm also going to show you scientific research performed in a government study which backs up everything I've said. So that section there, which, although it's cool, right? Like, although it's like, a promise of proof, I think it's actually like ripping them out of the magical world. Like, it's like emotion, logic. And it's like, what am I watching again? Ugh. So I'm actually going to, in the future, probably remove that. And the reason I put it in is because this is very effective in science-based sales letters, like, if you're selling anything in the health industry, but I don't think this is right for dating advice. But this is good. So if you commit just the next 6 minutes to watching this presentation, then I promise you won't just believe it's possible to get any woman you want, dragging you into her bed, you'll know it as a scientific fact. Maybe even take out the word scientific, you'll know it as a fact. I think scientific fact is ugh right now, that it's I just want to get caught up and believe and have fun watching this. And then only moments later, you'll begin the process of becoming virtually irresistible to women you once thought were out of your league, absolutely free right here on this very website. I think that's a really cool promise for just watching the video sales letter, because you always want to sell. The lead is make them glad that they're watching it, right? Oh, cool, yeah, this is something that I want to watch. You're not trying to sell the product in the lead. You're trying to sell the watch. You're trying to sell them watching it. So, I'm promising that you'll actually start improving by watching this in 6 minutes. So, why not just watch it? I think it's very compelling. Okay, meaning you won't just know this is true, you'll see the results with your own eyes. So, I got that from a VSL called Diabetes Miracle. And, although it sounds cool, I'm still not sure if it's that great, because it's very logical, right? Now, maybe the first thing you're wondering is how I can be so confident this will work for you. Even though I've never met you and I don't yet fully understand your situation, which I think is cool, fine. And actually, when I switch to this is where the engagement starts to stop dropping off rapidly. It's it hits the ear and then it's it just goes nice. It still drops off, of course, but this is a transition. This is the part where I've hit the hook point where people are all right, I'll give this guy some time. So as of July 2015, this secret you're about to discover has transformed the lives to blah, blah, blah. And almost every single one of these guys was just an average, regular guy with no advantages like looks, money, muscles, or status. No advantages whatsoever. Didn't matter if he was 5'2" with a bald spot and a 3-inch dick. It didn't matter if he was lazy, unsuccessful, out of shape with man boobs. No, I could have said short, bald, small penis, fat, right? I could have said that. I could have said it doesn't matter if he hasn't had much success, but you don't want to do that. You want to show exactly what you're talking about, all right? Didn't matter if, okay, so be specific on your it didn't matter ifs. The truth is none of these so-called disadvantages made any difference whatsoever, because look, when you're dealing with, any niche whatsoever, you're fighting against people's limiting beliefs. I'm to this, I'm to that. It wouldn't work for me because I'm this, because I'm that, because of this thing in my past, blah, 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 all bullshit. So you have to assure them that it doesn't matter, right? And look, this is, I don't even feel bad about writing this. This is completely true. All these, okay, maybe 3-inch dick's kind of awkward, but look, bald, 5'2", unsuccessful. You don't have to be successful to get women. It's ridiculous. Out of shape, big deal. All nonsense that people believe stops them from getting women. Okay, so this is cool. The truth, none of these so-called disadvantages made any difference whatsoever how quickly they saw results, and today are so happy with their lives. Many have the power and freedom to sleep with a new woman whenever they want. Many enjoy the company of 3 or 4 attractive sex buddies, and many are in fulfilling relationships, just painting the benefits. With women, I could have been stronger there. Fulfilling relationships it doesn't have an image. With women who love them and are loyal to them. That's a big thing, I think. I'd say I don't know if it's true, but I'd say a lot of guys have been cheated on and they don't want to be cheated on. They want or they're afraid. If a woman cheated on me, it'd just crush me. So you get a woman who's loyal to. But there's really no need for me to be the one telling you what it's like. I'll let another one of my real students transform his life with the secret to the talking. And then it's another real live action camera testimonial. And the guy goes, what does he say? He's I did what you said, or thanks for the advice. This is my life. And he kind of turns the camera to what he's doing, and there's a big party going on. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. But he turns it back to his face and he's amazing. Girls are awesome. My life is awesome. Girls are awesome. Thank you so much. And I don't know, just kind of like reflects that this is real. Like the idea of your life becoming awesome, right? So now just a tiny bit about me, tiny bit before we get started. I mean, I'm still struggling with like good ways to transition into the the hero's journey story. Whatever, right? This could definitely be stronger, but I just went with it. And to be honest, like I look at the engagement and it didn't drop. It did not go down. So maybe this is fine. I mean, that's kind of proof rather than just conjecturing about like, oh, if you enter it this way, people are going to be bored or something. But the engagement stayed pretty level. Like when I say level, I don't mean everyone who was watching before kept watching. It's like the rate of people dropping off remained constant. Or maybe you already know it. Okay, so this is cool, right? Okay, just a little bit about me. My name is Eric von Sydow. Maybe you already know me as Hypnotica, or as Rasputin in Neil Strauss's New York Times bestselling book, The Game, right? Okay, so I've kept this for here, right? Like, I didn't want to talk about this stuff up front, so I kept it for after the lead, after they're hooked. Okay, now I'll go straight into relating. The very first thing I want to do is build rapport with these people. I want them to believe that the speaker gets them, right? Because people will believe from someone who they really believe understands their problem, right? So you have to show that you've been through the same pain as your customer, okay? I'm one of those guys who girls ignored in school. Definitely. Bang on the mark, I reckon. And here's the reasons why for me, right? I was obese, very out of shape. Kids make fun of my pasty white skin covered in ugly freckles. My missing teeth and stupid haircut earned me nicknames like Gap Tooth and Bowl Cut. So, I'm painting the picture of a kid who was made fun of in schools, and then it's like a request for empathy. Like, please sympathize with me. So as you'd imagine, this was tough to deal with as a kid. So I want to get their sympathy a little bit, right? So when I got spat out of high school with pretty much zero confidence, talking to a girl wasn't just intimidating, it scared the shit out of me. It made me sweat, shake, stutter my words, and even feel sick to my stomach. If I talked to a girl, I'd freeze up and I'd run out of things to say, which is a big one. This idea of running out of things to say. As the voice in my head chanted, "She's never going to like you." So this is the first part. I'm revealing a bit of the mechanism, right? It's subtle. Like, I'm not even saying that it's the mechanism, but I'm referring to it, and it turns out that it is related to the mechanism. The voice in my head chanted, "She's never going to like you." I think people can really relate to this. And then I'd watch her give me a weird look or turn away. Meanwhile, other cooler guys had no trouble getting the same girls that I wanted, and they didn't even have to try. Isn't that exactly what it's like? Like, if you're not so successful with girls, like, you're not good, but you can see that other guys get it. Like, why them? Why not me? Girls flirted with them, made moves on them, and gave them their sexy bodies. I tried everything. I could to get my problem fixed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, in my last video sales letter, I made the mistake of, closing off other options, during the close. Here, I'm closing off other options right now, right? So I visited a psychiatrist at 2:50 while he dug through my past. 10 sessions later, all I knew is that I had a little confidence. What a total waste of money, time and money. I could have told him that. So boom, closed off, right? So forget about psychiatrist, that's not going to work. I met up with guys I'd met on the internet who were supposedly good with women, but they were into hanging around in nightclubs like 4 to 7 nights a week and using weird canned lines, which to a small degree did seem to work for them, but when I tried it, I felt inauthentic, like I was wearing a mask. And did I really okay, so this is an interesting technique for closing it off, right? I don't have to prove so much. I can just say this, right? And did I really want to spend years of my life in loud alcohol-fueled nightclubs, having women ignore me, turn away from me, laugh at me, even throw the occasional drink in my face? It's kind of like a no ladder. It's like, you really want this? No, you don't want that, do you? It's kind of like frame control. Like, you don't want that, do you? Like, this sounds shit. You don't want that, do you? So they're like, no, I don't want that. So you just state it in a way that's like, oh, that's so disgusting. And they're like, yeah, that is disgusting, just because the frame is strong. Hell no. Okay, so nothing was working. What's wrong with me, I wondered. I got this great line from the Pregnancy Miracle video sales. I was like, what's wrong with me, I wondered. Why can't I do what every other guy can accomplish so easily? And I think that's how a lot of people feel. They feel like they're the only ones who have this problem. It seems like everyone else like can do this difficult thing, but it seems like everyone else can do it so easily, and I'm the only one. I'm so alone in the world, right? Why can't I do what every other guy can accomplish so easily? That's what it feels like. My failure, well, that's a typo. My failure made me feel like something was wrong with me at a deep level. That annoying voice in my head told me, Eric, you're not good enough. You're not a man. You're not worthy of these women. They'll never like you. Right? It's a voice in the head. My whole world came down, crashing down one night at a party at my friend Nick's house. So, boom, we're at the party, right? Now, if I was writing this video sales a few months ago, I would have read, I was sitting at home on Saturday night and my friend Nick texted me, do you want to come to a party? So I didn't want to go, but then I decided I would go. And then I went to Nick's party in a taxi. And then I walked up the steps and I was there. So Chris Haddad was reviewing a sales letter that I wrote, and it had that bullshit in it. And he was like, just, fuck this bullshit. Just go to the story. And don't have so much about like this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. Just focus on like the emotion of like a few key moments and just like build the emotion of that. And that's really all this story is. It's just like, I think there's like 3 moments and it's just like discussion of those moments, right? So at the party, that's a moment, right? Everyone else was having fun. Girls talking to guys, guys talking to girls, right? It's a cool looking picture. I love that picture. It's so good. Part of me wished a girl would come and say, hi, you look fine. And then the voice in my head reminded me, you wouldn't know what to say if that happened. So we're building this enemy, right? The voice in the head. And I think each time I say it, I think the guy can relate. And I think he's going, yeah, that happens to me too. I hear that, yeah. You wouldn't know what to say if that happened. When I couldn't hover by Nick's side, I pretended to be busy in other ways. I mean, that's weak. I actually had something else, but when I passed it to Eric, he changed it because what I said was just a bit awkward. So, you know, the result, I mean, Eric's not a copywriter, so just says busy in other ways. Until Nick walked over with a girl and said, Eric, this is Stacy. Wow. Stacy's tall frame and slender body could have graced any magazine or billboard. Piercing green eyes, flowing blonde curls, glowing skin. It was inevitable and certain that once you looked at her, you couldn't look away. Okay, so look, there's 2 components to writing a VSL. Like, you need to be persuasive and you need to be a good like storyteller and writer. So look, I mean, I'm not so great on the story kind of stuff. So what I did to just have a good description of the girl, like that's something I'm kind of weak at, like writing descriptions. I went to this site called Descriptionary. So it's like description, ARI.com. And you can look up like a concept like beautiful girl. And there's just all these lists of people who have written stuff and about, you know, descriptions of things. So I just, you know, modeled that and just went with that. So it kind of turns out cool, you know. This is good. I imagined having sex with her instantly, sliding in and out of her perfect body. That's a good one. I think I got that like from Pandora's Box VSL or something, like sliding in and out. It's just so, like you hear those words. I imagine having sex with her instantly, sliding out in and out of her perfect body, and it's just like you can feel it. You can see it and you can feel it, and it's just a instant hit of horniness for the viewer, right? Until Nick interrupted my fantasy. You two should meet. I'm gonna go check on things upstairs. Have fun, you two. Stacy reached out and shook my hand with her soft palm. Hey, Eric, she said. Oh, crap. Now it was my turn to speak. I felt my heart pounding in my chest. My hands trembled. My face felt like it was on fire. The muscles in my neck squeezed my throat. I opened my mouth to say anything, but no words came out. I thought, so you know, there's not like then this happened, then this happened, and this happened. It's just like the emotion of this moment. You know, it's like here's Stacy in front of me, right? And it's just like the deep point of view of what's happening inside Eric, right? I thought, maybe tell her that her hair looks nice, but the voice in my head rejected that idea. Nah, I bet everyone says that. This is mirroring that idea of like, this is the freaking problem. This is the problem that guys have. It's like talking to a girl, and she's obviously beautiful, and you're attracted to her, and you want to say the right thing to get her, and you think of something, and then you're like, you just reject it. You're like, oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like the voice in your head just says no, basically. So I'm, writing out what that feels like. Maybe talk about how it's such a cool party. The voice in my head vetoed that. No, that's too boring. Maybe ask her about what she's doing later. For the third time, the voice in my head denied me. Nah, she'll think you're hitting on her. So yeah, what happens is like, you stand there like an idiot for a while, and then the girl gets bored and walks away, right? So Stacy had this look, like she's thinking, is this idiot gonna say anything? Then her smile dropped away and Stacy said, well, nice meeting you, Eric. I have to get back to my friends. Ah, idiot, idiot, idiot. I had to escape. He's embarrassed, right? I don't say I was so embarrassed. Like, don't make that mistake. Never say like, I was embarrassed. It's just weak. I headed for the bathroom and locked myself in there. Like, show something that proves that he's embarrassed. Took some deep breaths and waited while my heartbeat slowed down and my body stopped shaking. I was going to find Nick and tell him that I was sick and had to go home. I reached for the doorknob, but before I could twist, I overheard some girls talking outside the bathroom. So this is the nightmare moment, right? This is the one that's like, like, so that they're listening to it, and as I describe it, they're going like this. Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, I feel that pain. I know that pain. So I want to, remind them of that pain, and so that like, and then I can be like, you never want to feel that pain again, right? It was Stacy and 5 or 6 of her friends. I actually borrowed this from a sales letter called Social Anxiety Cure. It's like he's in a room and he overhears people talking about him. That's to the extent to which I borrowed it. Okay, then I heard Stacy loud and clear. See if I can do my kind of like LA girl voice for this. I mean, look, I'm Australian. It's probably going to suck, but this is how it's meant to be read. Like, it's like, girls, oh my God, I met the creep of the party. His name is Eric or Derek or whatever. He's this fat guy, and I think he's missing a tooth. It was gross. I was talking to Nick, and then Nick walked away and just left me with this guy. I tried to be nice to him, but he just gawked at me with his mouth open. I've got my back up against a wall. He's leaning toward me. Honestly, I thought he was going to grope me. Someone needs to teach this loser how to talk to girls, right? So that's the like moment. Like, can you imagine? You've just been rejected by this girl, not because you're a loser, but because like you just don't know how to talk to girls and you're like insecure about it. And then you're in the bathroom and you hear this fucking bitch, like outside the bathroom, call you a loser, and then like all of her friends like laugh at you in this like, like that's pain, right? That would be horrible. If you see him, run, right? So it's like, oh great, now all the other girls at the party, like think I'm this gigantic loser, right? And then all of them like laughed, right? Thank God. Okay, so he's like listening to this. It's like, thank God they walked away. I stared at my red face in the mirror and felt the tears trickling down my face. Is that what all girls thought of me? Was I a creep? Like, I couldn't hold the pain in anymore. I started sobbing. For 15 minutes, I muffled my crying, pausing only to whimper, "Sorry, occupied," when people knocked on the door. Like, super embarrassing. I wanted this pain to end. I crept out of the bathroom and walked to Nick's kitchen, keeping my head down. Then I opened Nick's cupboard, swapped a bottle of whiskey. I sat on Nick's couch and thought, I'm going to drink until I can't feel anything. As I sat alone on the couch, I was reminded of my inadequacy. A sexy brunette stroked a muscular guy's arm. 2 gorgeous blondes. I could have done this a little bit better if I had like some deep point of view about the envy. Like I felt, I don't. That's why I haven't written it well, because I don't know how to like describe the feeling of envy that well. Sexy brunette, but that would make it stronger, right? Like if I describe the physical sensation. 2 gorgeous blondes gazing at a good-looking, charismatic guy. I mean, this is okay. This is the voice in my head taunted me. They'll get laid tonight, Eric, but not you, never you. But I should have gone for envy, really. The last thing I remember is twisting the top off my Jack Daniels and guzzling that poison down like there was no tomorrow. Next thing I know, okay, so there's a reason I made this story that he goes and drinks alcohol, right? Which will be revealed. I think it's kind of hooky, actually. Like, okay, he's gonna get drunk. Like, oh, tension. Like, shit. Like something bad is gonna happen. I'm waking up to a pounding headache and a dry mouth, and thinking, crap, where am I? Relatable, right? I lowered the white sheets of my face and cracked open an eyelid. I realized I was in bed face to face with a gorgeous blonde. Okay, it's like, what the fuck? Staring at me with bright blue bedroom eyes. Fuck, glad I didn't have to read that. I gasped, sat up and looked around the room. Messed up sheets, condom wrappers. Then the blonde says, yeah, you're finally awake. Let's do it again. You know, I don't want to say, it turns out that we had sex. So I show it, right? Like I indicated. Yeah, you're finally awake. Let's do it again. Okay, so flashbacks of last night hit me. Standing in the kitchen, a blonde walking up to me, talking to me. Okay, already seeding that idea of passivity, right? Standing in the kitchen. Standing. Blonde walking up to me, talking to me, kissing me. Wow. With alcohol pumping through my veins. So I didn't want to say with alcohol pumping in my veins, I had the confidence to walk up to a beautiful woman, look her right in the eye and convince her to sleep with me. With alcohol pumping in my veins, this silky-skinned angel had approached me, flirted with me, and slept with me. But why? Okay, why? So how did this happen? Like, at the moment it's like, okay, like the character slept with this girl, but like how? He's this like gigantic loser. Supposedly, you know, and the girl slept with him. Like, why? That's a curiosity, right? Like, you would have to keep watching. You would want to find out, like, how did he do it, right? Other guys might have put it down to getting lucky, but I knew there was something more to it than that. What had changed? Then it hit me. The one difference between being drunk and sober. Let's give you 5 seconds to guess it. 5. Okay. Alcohol had silenced the annoying voice in my head. Alright? And without that voice in my head doubting me, discouraging me, criticizing me, and ruining everything, a beautiful girl wanted me for the first time in my life. Shutting up the voice in my head made a girl automatically attracted to me. So there it is, right? There's the mechanism. Boom, mechanism. It's been revealed. If you shut up the voice in your head, like Eben Pagan says that confidence is an absence of insecurities. Like, confidence is a privative. That means that, like, you can't, like, put some more confidence in, like, right? You just, as you remove insecurities, and if you act in the absence of insecurities, then you're acting confidently, right? And I look, honestly, I guess that message from Eben was, like, what seeded this whole video sales letter. So, yeah, like, I believe this. If you don't have, like, a voice in your head running, then you're confident, right? So, look, what you want to do is you never want to make it like that you have to do all this work to get this outcome, right? So actually, you have all this confidence in you, right? Babies are confident, you know. Babies walk right up to people and say stupid shit. So you obviously have confidence in you. But, you know, all this, people can relate to this, all this bullshit that happened through your teenage years and younger years, like, put this voice in your head, right? So, but if you just shut up that voice in your head, boom, you're confident again, right? Actually, it would have been stronger maybe if I'd put that in there, like, you know, I thought about it, like, babies have confidence, and then just say what I said. But yeah, it's passive, right? You just, like, remove something, which the product will do for you, and then you're automatically attracted to women. You don't have to become confident, right? Just remove something and you are confident. Right, so, but I couldn't celebrate yet, because I couldn't get blackout drunk every time I wanted to get laid. I wondered if I could shut off that voice permanently without alcohol, would I have women attracted to me, chasing me, making moves on me? It sounded plausible. Okay, so I just want to presage this section with, I've looked at the engagement curve, as I said, and from here, it stays flat. No one drops off here. It's just, for the next, like, minute and a half, no one stops watching. I mean, look, when I wrote the copy, I wasn't like, amazing. But, like, there must be something about this that is very engaging. I think it's the tension of, like, I'm about to find out the mechanism, right? So I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So I put all my energy into figuring it out, and, you know, the way I'm writing it is like, put all my energy into finding out how to get rid of it. Like, and then I discovered this, and then I discovered that, and oh my god, it was amazing. So the rhythm of the voice actually like builds this tension of like, it's amazing. What's the secret going to be? Okay, so from right here, this is where it starts staying constant. It sounded plausible. So I put all my energy into figuring out how to get rid of the voice in my head that was sabotaging me. I forked out almost $500 on subscriptions, proofiness over the right, to the most respected academic psychology journals. I spent months reading everything I could on both male and female psychology, confidence, how the human mind works, how attraction works, until one day. So, he's gone above and beyond what other people are willing to do, right? I stumbled on a bizarre little study from 2003. This discovery story is from The Millionaire's Brain, by the way. You should watch that video sales letter, it's really good. I stumbled on a bizarre little study from 2003 that contained the secret I'd spent thousands of hours searching for. You always want to make it extreme, like so much work was put into it. My head was spinning. It was so simple. The study had 60 men aged between 30 and 60. The criteria for participation in the study was that none of the men had gotten laid in the last 12 months. The study's chief researcher identified one little habit common to all of the men. Over a period of 2 weeks, the men performed exercises to help them get rid of this little habit. The study's chief engineer, I didn't write engineer, I wrote researcher. I'm not sure why Eric changed it to engineer, but I passed it to him. He changed it and voiced it. Whatever. Don't say engineer, say researcher. Then tracked their success with women over the next 2 months. And at the end of 2 months, the men reported sleeping with an average of 8 new women. That's 1 new woman per week. That's more women than the average male sleeps with in his entire life. Oh, you could be better than average. That's an identity benefit right there. Like, yeah, I think that's there's an appeal like to the identity of being better than average. Wow, imagine being able to sleep with a new woman every week. So what was this little habit that each of these men got rid of? Typo. Every single man had an annoying voice in his head telling him that he wasn't good enough and that he didn't deserve women. The annoying voice would remind him that women didn't want him because of his bald spot, or his big belly, or his small penis, or his height. The list went on. So look, I'm able to say that the reason was, the voice in the head, because it is completely believable. Like, guys do it, I can have no problem attributing to, but many of us have no problem attributing our, lack of success in any area to the doubtful voice in our head. Totally fair. So it's very believable. But with this voice gone, they attracted women effortlessly. And I mean, look, I'll say this. Make sure your mechanism is like totally relatable and believable, okay? Just search for something that people are going to be like, yeah, I can totally relate to that. That sounds completely true. Like, and then you don't have to work so hard to prove it because it's already kind of true. Okay, so, but with the voice gone, they attracted women effortlessly. So could I use this method to silence the voice in my head around attractive women? I had to find out. So I started using the method. I was shocked. Within days of using this method, I noticed the voice in my head start to quiet down in line at the grocery store. So yeah, from, up until this point, that's where the engagement was just constant, like over that last minute and a half or so, like no drop off whatsoever. So feel free to, copy that or, model it. Like I modeled it from Millionaire's Brain. So whatever, go watch that if you want to see the original. I noticed the voice in my head start to quiet down. In line at a grocery store, an attractive woman made eye contact with me and smiled. So I'm talking about a magical world here. I made a transformation, and here's a description of like what the magical world is. I don't know if I did it so well because the engagement kind of drops off a little bit, but let's see how we go. You can at least look at the intention that I've got here to paint the magical world. I'm like going slowly. I'm building it. Like just a little bit happens. In line at the grocery store, an attractive woman made eye contact with me and smiled. Instead of me looking down and breaking out in a sweat, I smiled right back at her. Whoa. My self-doubt was like, a lot of guys would just be like, wow, I'd love to have that happen. Whoa. My self-doubt was easing day by day. Felt my body language automatically improve. Benefit. I could look a woman right in the eye. Benefit. Women on the street were noticing me and smiling at me. Cashiers were flirting with me. I knew that things were certainly going to change for me when the cute barista at my local coffee shop flirted with me and wrote her number on my cup. The day after that, I was at a restaurant eating lunch, and I made eye contact with a woman over the top of a laptop. I considered going and introducing myself, active, but I didn't have to, because a minute later she came over and talked to me, passive. Of course, she made some excuse about how she thought I looked familiar. So she chatted with me until I'd finished eating, then invited me back to her place and we had sex. I think I missed an opportunity to be kind of like a little bit graphic here, like, I think just from this moment to this moment, I don't see why I couldn't have been like really descriptive and sexual, and just like it's a really good time for them to be kind of like turned on, like really build the magic. Now that the voice in my head had shut up, it was as if I'd unlocked my buried confidence, and women automatically detected it, became attracted to me without any effort on my part at all. Women were offering me their numbers. So I don't know how great this is, because it's like, it's not specific, it's general comments. Women were offering me their numbers, right? I should have used specific cases, like a woman on the bus talked to me and gave me her number. Others were coming home with me, so it's not, you always want to go specific over general. I think I made a mistake here. And soon my calendar was filled with dates. It's like one night of the week I had Jenny coming over, one night of the week I had Sarah coming over, blah, blah, blah. But this is just kind of vague, doesn't have a rich image. I transformed into one of those confident guys. After a year of this new life, I realized that women who I once thought were out of my league were now easily obtainable. Ta-da! So, it works. I could have almost any woman I wanted. It was incredible. I was so happy. I was so excited that I shared my... Okay, so this is like the sharing, right? The evangelist idea. Who were also struggling with the voice in their head. I guess one of them leaked it, didn't intend for it to all come out, because the entire online community found out about my method. Soon I had 5 to 10 emails coming in every day from guys asking me to help them. I never intended to do consulting or coaching, but I felt like I like this. I really like this one. I felt like I'd be a bad person if I didn't do my best to help guys who were experiencing the same pain that I once felt. So I committed to doing everything I could to help these guys transform their lives. Before I could start, I think I needed to write but. Though before I could start. I don't like to use the word but I like to use the word though, because though is softer, whereas but is like, but. It's like, oh, what? So it's just an awkward transition here. Though before I could start, I had to fix one thing about my method which satisfied me. I felt that 2 weeks was far too long for a guy to wait to see results. I wanted something quicker, as close to instant as possible. So I got to work, because I actually imagined that in my mind that the guy's reading is like 2 weeks. So, I say 5 days, right? Because it's a 5-module course, so listen to one a day, right? So I got to work tweaking the method, removing everything that was unnecessary, and leaving on the pure gold that made this method work. And I also want to show that this is a new and improved method. I don't want to just be like, this is a method that you could just look up in a scientific paper and just copy it. Okay, so then when I felt my new and improved method was ready, I invited a test group of 10 guys, I think this is interesting, to take part in my own experiment, and the results were incredible. My new method slaughtered the original method. All the guys had the voice in their head totally silenced in only 5 days. So when the word got out to the dating community that I discovered tricks for shutting up the voice in a guy's head in just a matter of days, I had guys from all around the world contact me to help them. Okay? You want to arrive at that point. You want a logical series of events that leads to everyone's coming at you, right? Look, this is nice. I'm glad I have this in the sales letter. I'm fortunate that this existed, that I could use. I have a feeling you may recognize some of the people I helped. For example, here's what David D'Angelo had to say. This is a real testimonial. Remember, I'm trying to be proofy in this. Like in Julian Fox's Supernatural and in Vindicalo's Pandora's Box, they have a testimonial from fucking... what's that guy's name? A really famous doctor, and it's incredible. Hypnotica is one of the, so it's proofy, right? You want to be proofy. There's too much stuff that's not proofy, but if you add proof, like Gary Bencivenga says that proof will sell more than promise. So Hypnotica is one of the people who has personally helped me at the deepest level, the most fundamental level, helping me get my reality, identity, and belief levels together. He taught me some of the most powerful and useful concepts that I use today. And here's what Neil Strauss, author of The Game, had to say. Hypnotica has been one of the influential factors in my own journey in regards to being more successful. And I'm sure you want to hear, they don't want to just hear what like celebrities have said. I'm sure you want to hear what regular people had to say as well. Here's what Alex D had to say. Working with Hypnotica met and exceeded my expectations, and it came from an angle that I needed. I mean, look, it's just a testimonial. Now, after that, there's 2 more video testimonials. One is like the collection of confidence. What a product! I had trouble talking to a girl. I couldn't even walk up to a girl. Now I feel confident every day of my life, and I can talk to a girl no problem. Right? So it's like I recommend it to anyone. The next testimonial is the same guy who did the very first testimonial about like I walked up to a woman and had sex. He's like, the collection of confidence. I want to talk about it. I stood up and admitted to myself that I had a confidence problem. That was the first step. So I got the collection of confidence, and it was amazing. It's the best thing I ever did, I think. And now I'm so much more confident around women. It's amazing. And then they remember that guy, like, he got that amazing result. Now I will admit that I look at the engagement curve, and on those testimonials, it seems like the engagement went down afterwards. Like, I don't know what to make of that, but here's my guess. It may actually be better for Hypnotica to voice the testimonials, just have written testimonials. Not sure, because I just wonder if they're getting sucked into Hypnotica's voice, and they're used to him, and it's the magic, and then it's like shaken out of that reality, and it's like now you're in someone else's frame, like the testimonial giver. So I mean, look, the only way to know that is to split test. Like I know that there's sales letters out there. Look, but they're for the health niche. Like I've seen the health niche and money niche like use live testimonials. So I don't know, maybe it's just not appropriate in dating, or maybe it's just a coincidence. But just keep that in mind, like whether to use live or whether to use written and just have the speaker voice it. It's something to test. Then I started to think, I've come this far, I've seen this amazing method transform guys' lives, so then I started to wonder, how can I help even more people? Could I make something that guys could use on their own? And could I make something that was almost effortless? So that a guy could just relax, listen, passive, and have the voice in his head shut up automatically. So that just days later, he'd have women chasing him and making moves on him. Okay, with this goal in mind, I set out to record everything I was saying to my private consulting clients, put it into a dedicated set of audio tracks. I called these audio tracks the collection of confidence, right? Notice one thing, there's no product shot. I don't have my own data on this, but one of my copywriting friends, who runs a very successful business, far more successful than me, knows a lot about copy, better copywriter, blah, 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 blah. He said that like he would have looked at an engagement curve for the video, and it's like product shot, right? So and we attributed that in discussion, we attributed that to, again, stepping out of the magical world, right? So you got the magical world when everything's amazing, and it's like an outcome, but now it's like product shot, like this logical box, right? Like, oh, don't come back to reality. You're getting a feature, right? So it's something to split test for your own product. The collection of confidence automatically unlocks the most powerful secret of success with women. Did I do this technique I like? Yeah, this is, I like this technique of the second lead. I always do this like right after I introduce the product. It's as if I just like start again at the lead, but just very direct. The most powerful secret of success with women. By shutting up the annoying voice in your head, you will automatically unleash your natural confidence. Confidence will automatically attract beautiful women who you once thought were out of your league, cause them to make the first move on you, make them want to sleep with you. With collection of confidence, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to try, you don't have to learn anything new, you don't have to go out to lab bars and practice to make it work. This all works totally automatically. I think it could have been stronger there. Like I know in the Tao of Badass, when he introduces the product, it's like he just repeats like a whole bunch of things from the lead. So I probably missed out on a bit there. Okay, so this is going to be interesting, this next section, right? This is the bullets. So the way I wrote these bullets was based on a VSL called obsession phrases. Okay, so the way he does it is he says, okay, just use use the technique. Here's the technique name, right? So go to module 4, learn it, use it on a woman. He says on a man because, and then this will happen. He'll blah blah blah. He'll blah blah blah. He'll blah blah blah. He'll blah blah blah. He'll this, right? So let's switch back to the men's market. So it'll be like she'll think, blah blah blah. She'll touch. And you put all these verbs. She'll wish. She'll imagine. She'll dream of you. It's like she'll. You'll see that, right? Let's step in and we'll see. Do you desire to turn a female friend into your lover? Yeah. Then module 1 is the perfect place to start. You'll discover a simple mind trick to make her immediately ditch the let's just be friends BS. And moments later, she'll be butt naked on your bed, begging you to give it to her. When you're lying in bed with her afterwards, she'll tell you she can't even remember why she even saw you as a friend. To be honest, that bullet's weak. It's the first one I wrote before I got in a groove. So let's just ignore that one and not learn from it so much as the next ones. Do you know the silver fox trick for making younger women want you? Listen to module 4 and then watch what happens the next time you're talking to a younger woman. So I don't want to put too much images in their head of like difficulty, right? Of the actual action. So I just use what you learn. There's no image. It's like a blank image. And then, we skip to what happens. Then watch what happens the next time you're talking to a younger woman. She'll sense that you're different from any other older guy, and her body will tell her she needs to explore you further. And all you need to do is lean back and let her chase. Soon she'll whisper in your ear that she's always had a taboo desire to sleep with an older guy, and she'll ask you if you can be her first. So it's all she'll this, she'll that, she'll that, she'll this, right? That's how I'm painting the outcome. What she'll do to you. Because it's passive. It's passive. Like I read this a few months ago, you'll be able to ask for a number. Like, ugh. Do you know the rejection reversal technique? If you even sense a woman is about to say she's not interested, or let's just be friends, simply make this 3-second gesture, no image, and she'll instantly change her mind about you. Her eyes will flood with desire for you. She'll admit she feels you're the most intriguing man alive. She'll gasp at how close she was to losing you, and she'll give you every inch of her body as a sexy way of begging forgiveness for getting you so wrong. Okay, so I think we can just look at 2 more, and then we'll move on. Discover what I call Napoleon's secret for turning your disadvantage into your biggest advantage. I'll show you how to use the same mind trick that let this tiny guy rule an empire and command the bodies of any woman he wanted. This secret, this is not in the same style of bullet. This secret will instantly or automatically banish any insecurities. I think this bullet's weak. It's just weak. It's not an outcome. I don't think it's believable either. So this is a bad bullet. Okay. It's just not emotional. Nominalization, no image. Where's the image? That's not an image. Command the bodies of any woman you wanted. This is shit, right? But this is okay. No, this is shit, right? So that's why this other formula is so good. Do you know the ultimate response if she says I have a boyfriend? Respond as you're instructed in module 3, and she'll instantly reveal to you that things with her boyfriend are going downhill. She'll admit that she's desperate to leave him, and she'll be thinking of you as a replacement. Once the seed is planted, her withering attraction will soon disappear, and then suddenly she'll text you, I'm all yours. Can I please come over? And she'll give you a night of sinful pleasure she's been saving just for you. Okay, 1 more. Do you know how to use 6-second arousal to make a woman horny on command? Whatever she's doing before you use this, she'll pause and her cheeks will immediately glow red. Her breathing will get faster and heavier as she strokes your arm. At this point, if you're not already alone, even the most innocent-seeming girl will pretend she's tired and needs to lie down. Then she'll lead you to the bedroom and fulfill her uncontrollable sexual arousal the only way she knows how, getting naked and climbing on top of you. where was the action from the guy? I didn't even say it. There's no action from the guy whatsoever. All is just like, he clicks his fingers and then magic. And look, this is not bullshit, what I'm saying, right? Because this product is all about confidence, and confidence is automatically attractive to women, right? So it's totally feasible that something like this would happen. I mean, this is not bullshit. Okay, so cool. That's what the bullets are like, right? Okay. By the way, the way I chose what benefits to even offer is in two ways, right? First, I went and watched some killer VSLs. I won't even say which ones, but I identified like what are they, what are the 10 or 15 outcomes that they're selling, all right? And I just wrote them down, and then I said, okay, that's my feature, right? Now I'm going to write a bullet around that. I didn't mean to say feature. That's those micro outcome, right? And I wrote bullets around that. Second thing I did was I put those in chronological order from meeting the woman to like sex and stuff. So, I can show you just real quick. So, the first one, okay, it's just like a desire, just like, like female friend into a lover. It's just like a typical desire, like, that you can act on. Then it's like, making women approach you. Then it's, in case she rejects you. This one's not good. Okay, then it's, we're still in like the initial conversation. Like, ultimate response if she has a boyfriend. Okay, now we're moving to arouse her, right? Make her feel aroused. Okay, now we're into like bigger things. Get a girl to come straight to your place. Make her fall in love with you. You've aroused her, you've got her to come to your place. Now make her fall in love with you. Now you can make her sexually addicted. Now you can make her loyal, right? And now you can be dating multiple women and have threesomes, okay? So it's chronological in the intensity. So it builds. The emotion goes up and up and up, right? And I think it's just strong because, like, if you jump in the deep end and go with the really strong ones fast, straight up, then it's like, the emotional shift is so, like, ooh, that it could actually be, like, not believable. Increased skepticism. So I just, like, built it slowly. Okay, then I got more testimonials. These are written testimonials. And you know what? These testimonials, I don't think the engagement did drop off as with the video ones. Actually, I'm not sure I think it was only in the beginning, in the lead, that the engagement dropped off. I don't think it was at these ones. Okay, so now we're into the price, right? So this is good. I think I got this from Venus Factor. Venus Factor is really solid on the close. Okay, so it's like, where is it? Now you may imagine that a one-of-a-kind system that effortlessly silences the critical voice in your head makes you automatically attractive, beautiful woman will be expensive. I know the value of collection of confidence extremely high, considering thousands of men whose lives is transformed even after $3,000 boot camps and months of therapy failed them, remember, right? Furthermore, considering I've consulted with dozens of famous dating coaches, I'm trying to get into $500 an hour thing. I'm trying to get something to I can price comparison it. Like David D'Angelo and Neil Strauss, it rates up to $500 an hour. Remember, I'm a freaking authority and my time is valuable, right? It would be understandable if you assumed, no, that wasn't an embedded NLP command. After I said that, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? The collection of confidence could be unaffordable. However, I created the collection of confidence to help average regular guys, right? It's like, I don't want to price it expensive. I want to help people. And if you knew Eric, this is totally true. It's like he would want as many guys as he could to get this, and he wouldn't even really care about how much money he made. He just wants to help people. So this comes across when he voices it. which means that the investment has to be affordable for every single guy. I'll get to the price in just a second. First, I need to let you know about something important. Look, I'm not going to explain this again because I explained it in my first video sales letter review of the sexual arousal blueprint, so go check that out if you want to learn this technique about delivering the bonuses. Okay. Look, okay, the way I'm pitching the bonuses is very just outcome oriented. So in the sexual arousal blueprint, I made the mistake of explaining you're going to get this bonus. See, there's this big problem that's blah, 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 and this bonus is going to show you how to solve the problem. But that's not what I did here. I just said this bonus is advanced male confidence. Eric changed it to amazing here. I don't know why, but the other one said advanced. So, you'll rewire the voice in your head to cheer you on, right? It's this is what, Hugh Hefner, Charlie Sheen, and George Clooney, to name a few, have running through their heads, so I wasn't bullshitting, right? Obviously, they have a voice of self-esteem just going, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, right? George Clooney's voice in his head, it's George, you are so sexy. Just every morning, looks in the mirror God damn, I'm good looking. Imagine the next time you're talking to a hot woman, you hear a positive voice in your head, she's attracted to you, say this, she'll love it, I'm taking her home tonight. I'm taking her home tonight. That would be great, right? Wouldn't that be great? Eye contact strong, voice crisp. She will feel her whole body tingle with lust for you. She will be willing, I'm doing the benefit thing from the bullets, right? So there's that one, and then there's the second bonus about, being totally cool. If a woman's rejecting you or giving you shit tests or stuff, you'll be cool. Okay, so I have no intention of asking you to invest my hourly rate at 500, which comes with bonuses. So not 500, not 250, not 125. You get it for 97. Hold on a minute because I'm dropping it one last time. The price you see below. So I say just 97. Look, this is just from Venus Factor, right? But in my mind, the technique here is they kind of know that this is not true, right? When you say 97, but it still goes into their mind. Before they can be oh, I don't think it's true. Still goes into their mind and they're 97. Ooh, that's the first thing, right? Ooh. So you just get that little bit of pain, right? Then you go, and holding it because it's cheaper, right? So just a little bit of pain, a little bit of price, ugh, pain, and then say, no, it's cheaper. And even though they know it's not true, I think it still works. Now, if you're surprised the investment is less than the cost of taking a girl out to dinner, and less than a pair of shoes or a new shirt or a bottle of cologne, then hold on, because I'm going to make this offer even better. And then I guarantee it. Look, this is not different from sexual arousal blueprint. It's the same. It's exactly the same, so I'm not going to explain it. Maybe I will explain it. Look, you might not have seen it, so I'll just explain what's happening. Right. Though maybe you're still wondering if you'll get the same results as the satisfied students featured in the presentation, right? Especially if you tried other products in the past and they didn't deliver the results they promised. Of course, now you know these products didn't work because the pickup tactics, right? Damn pickup tactics. And they all ignored the most important factor, right? The only thing that works is this, okay? The only thing that works is men's confidence. All those pickup products, they're dancing around, playing with your little can lines and routines, but they ignore this. You've been watching the sales letter for 30 minutes or something. You know that this is the reason. That's why the other stuff didn't work. This works, and this is true. This is the only thing that really does work. While the collection of confidence is focused on fixing the root cause of the problem, silencing the critical voice in a guy's head. Without that voice, you'll instantly, automatically, and effortlessly be attractive to women, even beautiful women you once thought were out of your league. However, even knowing this, I understand if you're still feeling hesitant, right? Because I understand, you've got to put your faith in this product. Look, this is from Venus, right? I've just modeled Venus here, which you may have only known for a short time if you feel like you're risking your part. That's why I'm going to make it a no-brainer. I'm so certain you'll achieve success, like all the students in this, that I'm throwing in my 60-day ironclad money back guarantee, blah, blah, blah. If you're not entirely satisfied with the results, no matter what you're expecting, all you have to do is send me an email, mention it wasn't quite what you're looking for. Within 24 hours, you'll receive a courteous refund of every penny paid, and there'll be no questions asked whatsoever. And as my thanks for putting your faith in me right now and giving this a try, you can still keep the entire collection of confidence, including free bonuses. That way I'm taking all the risk, right? Okay, So now I put another bonus in. Like this is for the continuity, right? So I'm going to sell that not in the upsell funnel. I'm going to sell it like after they go through the upsell funnel, just before they get into the membership site, right? So there's another bonus here, just a little extra bonus. Why not? Just a little extra one here. And I explained the continuity, which is like a Facebook group. It's like a Facebook group, and also it's incredible value. Like they get all these like interviews and like stuff with like really successful guys at getting women who are like not pickup artists, like Hypnotica's friends who are like actually good, just as solid, confident men. But yeah, like, you know, you get in the Facebook group and you like get around successful people, 20 men who are among the most successful men with women on the planet, get these masters into your head. Experts say that a guy gets the same results in life as the average of the 5 guys he spends his most time around. Surrounded by the guys in my master's circle who are already having unimaginable success. So this is just a good idea to how to frame a continuity. Actually, one of my friends did a sales letter recently for this product called the Bar Brothers. It's fantastic. If you're in the fitness niche, I'm serious. If you're in the fitness niche, go to ClickBank and look up the Bar Brothers. This thing's getting good EPCs and it's incredible. The video sales letter for this, I've never seen anything like it. It's not pitchy, it's not pushy. It's all about these 2 guys that are the Bar Brothers that came from a poor country, and then like they started doing these workouts and like using just a bar, right? Not a barbell, like an actual bar in a park. And they achieve this new identity because they're like, they became fit and stuff, and they build a community, and there's a movement and stuff. It's incredible. Like it's like so emotional, and like you feel like you're part of something. So just go check that out if you're in fitness niche, right? Then you two, without any effort of your own, you'll act the same way. You hang around them. Okay, so yeah, to get it all, boom. Okay, so no, I ditched the freaking Crossroads clothes. I was so goddamn sick of the Crossroads clothes that I fucked it off. I went with something from Sunny's obsession phrases. It's like, all right, we're at the stage where we need to make a choice. You only have 2 choices. Because, look, you only have 2 choices. First choice is this. Close this page and try to forget. You've got a chance to transform your life today. Click the back button. Play on Facebook or Twitter. Read some mind-numbing news about how the world is going to hell. Watch some porn even. Make up some excuse about how now isn't the right time, about how you're going to take care of this later. Push, push, push. But realize that you're consciously choosing to be haunted. This is from Sunny. You're consciously choosing to be haunted by the critical voice in your head sabotaging your success with the women you desire. You're choosing. You're consciously choosing. Maybe for the rest of your life. That phrase, is from Sunny. You're consciously choosing. Do you really want to continue to feel nervous, freeze up, and run out of things to say, and have women turn away from you or laugh at you? What? Do you want that? And can you bear to watch the women you desire choose other men over you because they're more confident? Can you take the risk of ending up alone or settling for a woman who right now makes you grimace? Of course you don't. No man deserves that. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Make the smart, sensible, logical choice. I think that's from Sunny, which is his second choice. Risking nothing. It's my life's work, perfected over years. It's worked for David Daniels in the Australis, worked for 100 students. I'm just like, yes, it works. You've seen social proof, like reinforce. Remember, you've seen this is going to work. And now you can experience the same results for yourself. Risk nothing. Just hammer the most like persuasive points. Like you've seen it. It's going to be great. You've seen proof. You saw this, right? If there's a problem, guaranteed. It's all guaranteed. Okay, you risk nothing. Okay, now we're in the FAQ. So I just want to show you a short bit of the FAQ. Okay, let me say one thing. The engagement curve, once it hits this point right here, 100% engagement from there to the end. Interesting, right? No one drops off during this FAQ, so I guess that's an indicator that there's nothing in here that is like, ugh. There's nothing that discourages people from watching, right? So this is cool, I think. Hi, Eric, the collection of confidence sounds great. Before I buy, I need to know I can trust you and your payment processor. I need to know for sure that all my payment details are totally secure. Can you please explain how payment works? This is completely fresh, right? A completely fresh idea. I'll walk you through this now. When you click the Get Access Now button below, you'll be taken to a secure page where you'll enter your details. Here's what it looks like. Boom. The top left you can see, look at this red arrow, right? See the logo. For my payment processors, ClickBank. ClickBank is the world's biggest blah 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 blah. Been around 1988, Wikipedia page, feel free to Google them. Below that you'll see these ClickBank's triple privacy certification, McAfee, Norton, Trusty. Your payment details and personal information are secured. You can click on the logos to read the privacy certification. That way you know it's 100% safe and secure. Then it states the guarantee. ClickBank will allow for the return or replacement of any product within 60 days from the date of purchase, right there. You know, I'm not bullshitting you. This is a 60-day guarantee. From here, it's easy. I'll cover PayPal in a second. First, here's what you want to do if you want to pay with a credit card, right? So I'm going to put images in the head here. Currency should be automatically selected. Then type in your postcode. You know, what would be even better for this than would be like a live demo of someone filling it out, right? That would be cool. But here's what I've got. Type in your postcode. Now grab your credit card out of your wallet. Ooh, you know, embedded command. So you can get your details and fill in this easy form. The name shown on your card goes here, 16-digit goes here, expiration here, 3-digit here, then enter your email here, then click Pay Now, right? So it's like they see themselves doing it, right? And they're like, hey, okay. And then when they click it, they're like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I fucking expected. No scams here. It's that simple. Now I fucked up here. Here's what you want to do with PayPal. Simply click this button here and you'll be taken directly to a PayPal form. I mean, I fucked up. It should be this one, but with the arrow pointing to PayPal, right? See here, I'll just use my mouse. Here, right? But I've got to redo this. And then it goes here, look at the PayPal screen. There's ClickBank, right? Right? And then above that, there's the URL, says PayPal, totally secure, right? Once you're logged in, simply click Agree and Pay. Right? And prove that it's secure. You know, anyone who had the concern that it's not secure, I'm sure they're going to be fine. How quickly will I get access? Let's just look at the questions. I mean, the answers are so obvious. There are no extra charges or hidden memberships, right? It's funny because like a guy emailed me 3 minutes after buying. And he's like, please remove any subscriptions I received when I bought this. I just emailed him back like, well, I was all happy. You know, I was rolling my eyes at him like a little cranky little man. But he's like, anyway. It says here, there's nothing, no hidden costs. One-time payment. How fast will I get results? You know, quickly, 5 days, 5 module. Okay, this is good. Furthermore, I put special effort in to ensure that module 1 creates a powerful and instant shift in confidence. So even if you only have time to listen to one module at first, you'll still feel instantly more confident you have in years. See, you know, they're worried that, you know, maybe I won't have time to go through this whole freaking 5 modules. Oh my God, 5. So just assure them that, you know, even if you just watch a little bit, that'll get your results. And then, you know, then when you watch the rest, you'll get even better results. But it's okay if just today you'll be able to just go out and, you know, just watch this one module and then you'll get results tonight. And I'm like, you know, don't be surprised when the very next girl starts flirting with you. I don't say if you just watch module 1, you'll have, you know, everything you desire, because that would be like incongruent with the rest of the promise. So, you know, module 1, at least you'll get a girl flirting with you. And they're like, oh, okay, all right, I'll try that out. Okay, so now some questions that could be coming from the voice in your head, and I just deal with these typical ones. What if I'm an older guy? Will this get me out of the friend zone? Yes. I'm in a relationship, I want to reignite the flame. Or I'd like to talk my partner out of sex life. Because I just thought, like, okay, there's going to be some guys watching this who are in a relationship. But I don't know what, but, and I was like, well, why are they watching it? What do they want to do? And I just thought, it's this, I reignite the flame. Or I'd like to talk to my partner about a sex life. I don't know, like, I haven't been in a long-term relationship for a long time, so I don't know that well, like, what the deal is here, but I just thought, like, what's that? So, you know, just take it from there. Like, if you're writing dating advice, like, think, like, okay, someone could be in a relationship. Why are they watching it? And try and answer their objections as well. Feel insecure about my penis. Look, don't worry, you'll hit the G spot. It's all about confidence, man. The girl I want is Latina. Will it still work for me? I am Latina, Indian, Chinese. Will it still work for me? It's all about just trying. Yeah, man, it's fine. Yes, 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 yes. Because they're all bullshit objections that are fine anyway. So the answer to the objection is always yes, it's going to be fine. Will this discounted offer be available next week? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. So, how would you sum up the differences? I always like to conclude with this because it's a logical transition to the final close. The final close. How would you sum up the differences between the collection of confidence, all the other products out there? Collection of confidence is so different because almost every other product out there is teaching magic pill pickup artist techniques. Those pickup gurus are claiming you can walk right up to any woman and do a magic trick. She'll jump on you right then and there. Unfortunately, those tricks don't work. Women are automatically attracted to confident men. I think it could have been stronger here. I think it could have been like, remember, there's those certain guys that women are automatically attracted to. They're confident guys. No other guy is attractive. Nothing will work. No pickup artist technique. This is the only freaking way. But yeah, it's okay. I tried the pickup stuff. Didn't work. I finished by saying the collection of confidence is the only training that cures the root cause of a guy's struggle to have women attracted to him and making moves on him. And that root causes the critical voice in their head. Collection of confidence silences that critical voice and leaves them with natural confidence, which women will be automatically attracted to. This has worked for me, my students, and I promise if you put your faith in me, it will work for you too. So go ahead, click access now, try it out. Congratulations, thanks for listening. Boom, just conclude with that screen there. And I think I leave that up for like a minute or something like that. So, alright, cool, that's it. So, look, if you're in men's dating, like, this offer is a winner, right? So if you want to promote this, look, it's been tested out, 2.5% front-end conversions with zero optimization whatsoever on the first little tests. And then I haven't even optimized like the upsell funnel or put the continuity on, and it's already getting like $1.60, I would say, like $1.60 to $1.80 EPCs. So yeah, I mean, it's a winner. Just contact me on Skype, IPSMatt, or contact me by email, matt.cook.mail@gmail.com, or just look in the YouTube description if you need that again. And yeah, let's get you set up. If you've got a list and you promote it to it, and if you've got a product yourself, I'll be happy to promote as well. So yep, I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned a lot from this. Look out for the next ones. They're only going to get better, and yeah, I'm going to put out a bunch more of these. So peace. Have a good day.